Halt! Guards, surround these peasants and do not let anyone through. Everyone involved must be arrested and put in chains, starting with you, mercenaries.
Mercenaries, members of the Brotherhood, thank you for heeding our call in such numbers. We will need all the help we can get for this mission. The Broker Council has asked us to track down who murdered one of their own, Willa Ald Hovendorp.
The Broker is dead? Good riddance. Shut up! We can't hear anything!
All those who wish to be involved in this investigation are welcome. The reward will be commensurate with that of a mission offered by the Council itself. Franny will register all companies who wish to take part.
A word of warning. This mission is not for the faint-hearted. The body of Broker Willa Ald Hovendorp was not the only one found in the alley. There were also around a dozen of our brothers, who had been tasked with her protection. The assailants left without a trace, but we do know that they were well organized, and outnumbered our men. They were probably bandits, rebels, or mercenaries, perhaps. So, are you still interested? Very well. Your company is now registered. The residents of Gossenburg will answer any queries, so remember to question them. Some may be reluctant to confide in you, but persevere, and you will find a way to convince them. Good luck.
We're celebrating the death of Willa the Witch. Want to join in? We've made an effigy, and we're going to set it on fire. We have almost everything we need, but if you want to help, we'd appreciate it. Thanks, mercenaries. We have almost everything we need, but if you want to help, we'd appreciate it. Ah, great. Perfect. Stick around. The effigy will be ready in no time. I'll give it a head that's just as ugly as the real thing was. I placed the effigy on the pyre. Take a good look. It's about to go up in smoke. I don't know if the People's Fellowship killed Willa, but I'd sure be glad if they did. Poor lads. They looked so crestfallen when she got away last time.
You gave us the materials needed for this effigy. You've earned the honour of setting it on fire. Oh, the People's Fellowship lads and lasses would be so proud of you.
Ah, I'm glad to see you. We've not managed to contact the Brotherhood. This manhunt has scattered them all across the city. The Alizarian embassy is surrounded by the mob, and there are fears of a riot breaking out. The people are accusing the ambassador of murdering the broker. They might have a point, nobody would argue with that. But we cannot have plebs gutting him in the street. This kind of diplomatic incident would be damaging to the entire kingdom. Very well. Talk to the guards who are containing the crowd. They desperately await your arrival.
hand over the ambassador. He must pay for his crimes.
By Jeru, you took your time, mercenaries. Let's push back the mob, then you will escort the ambassador. All right then. Take the ambassador and escort him safely to the guard post. The peace between Alazar and Gothenburg depends on his survival. Make haste before more rioters arrive.
Is the ambassador safe? Perfect. You've done well, mercenaries. Here is your reward for having stopped the mob from lynching the ambassador. We will question the ambassador about Willa's murder. If he is innocent, we will help him to return to Alazar until things settle down here. I won't lie. In the past, Alazar turned to the Rooks to take out troublesome brokers. It could be the case here too.
The interrogation may last a while, but I much prefer facing the guard than the fate that the crowd had in store for me. Thank you for bringing me to safety. I will be sure to mention this to the King of Alazar. I had nothing to do with Broca Willa Old Hovendorp's death. In fact, I had a business meeting planned with her that evening at the embassy.
Say, you're mercenaries, aren't you? You wouldn't happen to have a few bodies to donate? Since Gothenburgers are so reluctant to hand over their dead, we don't have enough corpses for our medical students to dissect. I can't bear to think what will happen when they need to trepan a living patient. Provide what I need to teach my students properly, and I might be able to provide information about Willa Old Hovendorp. I performed the autopsy on her body. You didn't expose them to direct sunlight. I hope. Well, it's better than nothing. So, I suppose you wish to know more about Broca Hovendorp. All of the wounds on Willa Old Hovendorp's body targeted vital points. A sign of remarkable dexterity from her attackers. If you ask me, someone hired the Rooks for this job.
The faithful can make all sorts of charitable donations, but I must confess that wood or stone will be particularly appreciated. How generous of you, mercenaries. We are very grateful. I am convinced the People's Fellowship is behind this gruesome murder. The common folk have loathed Willa Old Hovendorp ever since she opposed the abolition of slavery. These paupers don't understand the real cost of labor. Imagine how much this cathedral would have cost if we'd relied on paid workers. You want to take part? Blessed be Saint Elior. Our best fighters have joined our competitors, and our current champions have already lost 3 times against the Hovendorp champion. If this goes on, the stands will soon be empty. Well done! You won! The arena was packed for your last fight. I hadn't seen such a crowd in ages. Business is booming. You've more than earned your prize. While we're at it, how would you feel about representing us at the arena clash against Hovendorp? The competition will start very soon. With champions like yourselves, we finally have a chance. This arena used to be very popular, with potential champions queuing at the door. But broker Godric Old Burner had some financial difficulties, and the fighter's pay suffered. The broker was desperate. This arena is his family's pride and joy.
My new champions! I had to congratulate you in person. Never have I seen someone defeat my champions with such panache. What a show. The arena clash would be a unique opportunity for you to fight in front of a larger audience. And as luck would have it, I'm looking for someone strong enough to take part. You could represent us. Imagine that. Taking part in the greatest show in Gossenburg, facing the fierce Hovendorp contenders, securing the title for Burner's Arena for the first time in 4 years. You'll think about it, won't you? I knew it. I knew you had heart. I'll await your final answer outside Hovendorp's arena, where the clash will take place.
What will become of us without Broker Hovendorp? Oh, that's so thoughtful of you. Thank you. Don't repeat this to anyone, but I think that the rumors are true. Broker Burner killed Willa Old Hovendorp. He never got over the fact that his best fighters left to join his rival, so he murdered her.
Today's fights are cancelled. The arena is closed to allow the fighters time to mourn.
Are you here for the arena clash? Perfect. So you're going to represent me, right? Please, I'm in desperate need of skilled champions to restore my arena's reputation. I beg you, do this for me, and I swear the reward will be worth it. Thank you. You won't be disappointed, I promise. All I ask is that you win. It should be easy enough for warriors like you.
Welcome to the Arena Clash, mercenaries. The most important event of the year, save for the Festival of Light. Who would you like to bet on? Who will win the title this year? Oh, you're representing Burner's Arena. That's sporting of you, mercenaries, but you don't stand a chance. Hovendorp won the title 4 years in a row. Broker Burner is completely out of his league. I wish you'd lost. Nothing personal, but no victory means no bonus for us. Oh well. One has to be a good sport, eh? At least you gave us quite a show. Take your prize. The rest will be sent to Burner's Arena.
You won! You did it! Burner will never walk alone. Burner will never walk alone. Are you happy with this reward? Ask me anything. You're my little champions, my favorite heroes. Oh, I wasn't expecting a question about Willa. I know it's not very respectful of her memory, but I'm glad that she's joined the light. That woman spent her whole life trying to ruin my family. The Burners have always opposed slavery. So when we finally got the chance to vote for its abolition at the Broker Council, I thought our time had finally come. I was so certain the reform would pass that I hired people, bought mines and businesses. But at the last minute, Willa turned the council against me. They voted to keep slavery. All my investments were lost. It nearly destroyed my family.
You could have let Hovendorp's arena win. It was the least you could do to pay your last respects to my late mother. Godric Oldburner looks a bit too pleased with his victory. I would keep an eye on him if I were you. He seems on edge at the moment.
No fighting today. We need to clean up the mess left by the arena clash, which means you'll have time to investigate, right?
Well, I suppose that I can't refuse you my finest wares.
Mercenaries, what are your rates? I've lost a great deal of crowns, but I still have an estate to maintain. The Broker Council told me that if another merchant was attacked on my land, I would go straight to jail. Would you get rid of a few wolves for a fair reward? There's a pack holed up in the Great Growler Cave. They're especially aggressive toward caravans. You got rid of the wolves in the Great Growler Cave? Ah, what a relief. The Broker Council will be pleased. Here's the reward I promised. Without your help, I could have ended up in jail for negligence. My family has fallen from grace enough as it is. Why don't I sell my estate? It's not like I haven't tried. An Alizarian princess was about to buy the estate, but that cursed Willa passed a law making it illegal to sell our land to foreign realms. I can only hope that a broker takes an interest in this heap of stones.
My mother was murdered, and my brother didn't even turn up. I don't know where that loafer is, but I hope for his sake that he wasn't involved. Find Lydric, and I will give you a fitting reward, mercenaries. I don't know where he's disappeared to, or when he went missing, but I've told the help not to touch his room. It's upstairs. Feel free to take a look. Maybe he left some clues.
You wish to congratulate us on our performance? Lyderick, you're looking for him? I'll do anything to help you find my beloved. Ask me whatever you want. The last time I saw him was the night his mother was murdered. He forgot to take his hat. Perhaps some animal could follow his scent.
Are you missing something? Go on, I won't judge.
Listen, I can put up with a lot, but being accused of murder...
Are you looking for someone in particular? Murder? How would I know anything about a murder? I don't like what you're implying, mercenaries.
Are you quite finished harassing my friends with your sordid questions and crass accusations? We know nothing about this murder. We're honest workers. We will not be insulted like this by our patrons. I pay the Brotherhood good money for protection. Get this rabble out of here.
This way, mercenaries. Can't you see no one wants to answer your wretched questions?
What have you done to my security personnel, you monsters? What do you want from us? We don't know anything about a murder. Lyderick, you've done this for him? You shouldn't have gone to all that trouble. The fool isn't worth it. He was here when his broker of a mother died. Then some bandits came and took him away. I'm not sure what they were talking about, but they mentioned crowns. A lot of crowns. Go and find those bandits. Some of my friends know where they hide out.
Are you looking for someone in particular? Or are you open to offers? There's a well-known hideout near Berners Arena. These bandits are very aggressive. Real killers.
Well, well. Mercenaries. I wanted to be a mercenary too, but working here pays much better. I've seen bandits prowling around the university to rob defenseless scholars. They're particularly devious, so don't underestimate them.
The other trackers think that I'm out following the Ghost Pack. I mustn't ruin my war paint or they'll suspect something. Sorry, I don't work here. I only arrived in town yesterday.
Did Lyderick Hovendorp send you? Maybe now you could give us the crowns he owes us.
Let me be! Oh, forget Lyderick's debt! I don't know where he is. We've been looking for him for weeks to get our crowns back. He's slipped through our fingers every time, and we're not the only ones after him. His gambling debts are so high that all the punters are on his tail.
Who goes there? What are you doing here?
What do you want from us? We're not even wanted by the guard. The Hovendorp son? Why are you looking for him? Does he owe you money too? We don't have him. We don't know where he is. That night, we saw him enter the brothel. We waited all night for him to come out, but when we went in the next morning, he wasn't there. I don't know how he did it, but he disappeared.
Welcome to the People's Fellowship, mercenaries. It's always a pleasure to meet new members and greet our supporters. We created the People's Fellowship to unite and defend the people against the brokers, who get rich at their expense while hoarding wealth and trade. Naturally, the Brokers' Council tries to clamp down on us, fearing the prospect of their privileges and fortunes being undermined. They plan to execute one of our own, to make an example. We are in desperate need of people like you, to rescue our friend and bring him back. Yorvan is being held in jail and watched at all hours of the day by brothers hired specifically for this task. You will have to defeat them and bring our friend back here. Talk to our people around here. They'll gladly join you and give their lives for Yorvan's freedom.
Yorvan is like a brother to me. Should you have need of my bow, I'll follow you.
Hello there, friend. I may just be a butcher, but I know how to fight. It would be an honor to give my life for Yorvan.
Well, well, mercenaries. I hear you're having a grand old time. I'm not paying you to visit brothels. I demand to know where my brother is. Son of a crock swine! First that juggler, then the brothel, and now debts! By Saint Elior, please tell me this isn't true. Fine. In this case, take your reward. No point spending another crown if all it does is sully my family's good name. I hope for his sake the bandits get him before I do. To think I suspected him of being involved in my mother's murder. With so much debt, he couldn't even get slaves to work for him.
Don't worry, it's probably just a rat.
Help! Somebody!
You've come to rescue me. Did Mother send you? What? Mother is dead? How would I know? I've been locked up for days. They wanted to sell me into slavery. I beg you, don't let them do this.
Hold on, mercenaries. You can't take him away like that. It's not just the bandits that this son of a crock swine owes money to. He's got a hefty tab here too. Who's going to settle up? You can have him if you want, but it'll cost you. Otherwise, he'll be off to the Alizarian slave market tomorrow.
The League! Alert the People's Fellowship!
You cannot recruit this prisoner. He is only here to await his scheduled hanging.
Quickly! Let's get out of here! The jailer went to fetch the guard. Bring me to Betche. She'll be able to hide me.
According to our sources, your mercenary troop was the most competent in its investigation. In any case, you are the ones making the most noise.
Not to pressure you, but we need names. The Broker Council is getting more restless by the day. It is time to intensify your efforts. Don't limit yourselves to questions anymore. If anyone strikes you as suspicious, accuse them and bring them to justice.
But don't point fingers at random either. Convening the Broker Council is expensive. If the court session is a failure, you will be made to pay. Literally.
Thank you for your contribution, but
I sure am glad we made it out alive. Thank you for taking me with you to free Yorvin and not sacrificing me. I wanted to give you a little something to show my thanks.
I'm surprised you brought me back alive. Even though I was willing to die, I'm grateful you didn't let that happen.
for the eye's sake, please tell me Yorvin is with you. What a relief to have Yorvin back safe and sound. Thank you so much. Here's your reward. I hope it will make up for the risks you had to take. The League won't forget what you did. If you ever need shelter or are wanted by the Guard, you can make use of our straw mattresses for as long as you need. Yorvin was captured while freeing slaves from the Hovendorp mine. That's where we all were on the night of Willa's death.
Thanks again. If it weren't for you, I'd have a noose around my neck.
Don't let them escape. Mercenaries! These men are murderers. Stop them! Protect the Hovendorp heiress. I must commend you, mercenaries. This is remarkable work. The Guard...
Mercenaries! Mercenaries! You have to catch the fugitives. The Rooks didn't come for me. They stole something in my mother's belongings. I saw them run towards the Magnificent. Hurry and retrieve what they took. It must be linked to my mother's murder.
Go away, mercenaries. You're sticking your nose where it doesn't belong.
What did you find? Let me see. This is... We own Byrna's Arena. I had no idea. Why is this not known to everyone in this city? Did my mother buy the arena without disclosing it to the public? Curses! I wondered how Godric Old Byrna avoided the poorhouse, but this is the answer. He sold his arena. Take your reward, mercenaries, and report this to the Guard. I believe you have everything you need to prove who the murderer is.
What brings you here, mercenaries?
You were accused of murdering our colleague, Broker Willa Old Hovendorp.
The mercenaries who accuse you claim to have evidence of your guilt.
If, by the Eye's grace, they manage to prove this, they will receive the sum promised by the Broker Council. If they fail, if this assembly finds that they made slanderous allegations against you, they will be ordered to pay 300 crowns to our great city.
And now, having reviewed the rules of this court, we can begin.
Firstly, mercenaries, let's revisit the circumstances which led to the death of our esteemed colleague, Willa Old Hovendorp. In all likelihood, Willa Old Hovendorp was killed in the more affluent part of our city. Is this man the one accused of dealing the fatal blow?
See, I wasn't even there. Even these mercenaries admit it. How could I have killed the broker?
Silence! Mercenaries, I don't understand. Where was the accused that night?
I was indeed here in the palace along with my esteemed colleagues. You can vouch for it yourself, Broker Old Marheim.
So, the defendant wasn't there when our late colleague was brutally murdered. Please explain to this council how the man you're accusing was able to kill Willa Old Hovendorp and the 12 brothers protecting her without being at the scene. I fail to see the legitimacy of your claim, mercenaries. While it would be possible for a large group of these scoundrels to overcome the bodyguards and kill the broker, what links them to the defendant?
The Rooks? That's completely untrue. I don't know the Rooks. I've never even heard of them.
Silence. Every time you open your mouth, I'm increasingly inclined to believe the mercenaries. On that note, Broker Richman, you have the floor.
Thank you, Broker Handler. Mercenaries, you have diligently explained how the defendant may have committed the crime. Now, I would like to know why he would have wanted our esteemed colleague dead. Why her, and not another member of this council?
Irina? How could you? You have no proof.
Wise Broker Council, citizens of Gothenburg, the mercenaries have given me proof of their claims. This contract confirms the sale of Berna's arena, dated a few weeks before her assassination.
Broker Berna sold his arena?
That would explain his sudden wealth.
I was unaware this document existed until the Rooks raided our home and took it. These mercenaries fought hard to recover it. This contract proves that Broker Berna is guilty. He's the one who told the Rooks to assassinate my mother and take the document linking him to her.
Enough! Silence! Yes! I killed Willa Old Hovendorp. Yes! I hired the Rooks to do it. She sullied our good name and ruined our family. Just like she'd done with the Armamans. I sold her my arena, with the proviso that she would only announce the news after the arena clash, giving me a chance to go out on top by winning the fight. But I was never going to let her enjoy my ancestors' legacy. The Rooks cost a great deal, but they got the job done.
It is with great dismay that the Broker Council finds that Broker Hovendorp's killer is none other than one of her colleagues. But as the law of Gothenburg applies to all equally, we have no choice but to sentence Broker Godric Old Berna to death. As for you, mercenaries, the Broker Council and the city of Gothenburg thank you for solving this most despicable crime.